fans are already flocking to the stadium here. A Team India that are just 3 runs behind the West Indies with a Rishabh Pant on 85. Ajinkya Rahane on 75. How will they look to press on the advantage today with the new ball that is yet to be taken? Let's find out what's on the show. So let's talk about the two gentlemen who are about to walk out. Rishabh Pant, now 3 consecutive 50s from an Indian wicketkeeper. The last time we saw that in Test cricket, it was MSD. And Ajinkya Rahane having finally crossed 50 after 11 innings at home. That monkey is off his back. How about these two gentlemen right here? Good morning to you.
Morning.
Super
Morning.
Sunday it is. The big question now, Sunny, and all of us have been talking about is, this is a good partnership yesterday. They've got a job to do. Yes, they're both close to milestones. But let's keep the team in mind here, because what sort of lead would Team India want?
Well, clearly, I think they'll be looking for at least two. Maybe the Windies would have got a bit of a lead. But right now, India looking to get a big lead. And really depends on this partnership to get them that big lead.
We enjoyed that partnership yesterday. Bish, have a look at this. When you look at since 20...
For the Windies, 2 fast bowlers. So if Pant and Rahane can set themselves to get through that, then I still think spin is not yet as big a threat as it will be later in this test match. So that's the key.
Maybe we saw that from Pant yesterday, because Warrican certainly bore the brunt of Rishabh Pant's bat, didn't he? Ooh, that was a lot of alliteration in there. That sentence was very tough to get out, let me tell you.
2 big shots and got out in the deep. So I think Rahane being with him is a huge plus for India, because that way he'll try and settle the young man down. He won't stop him playing the shots, but he'll just come and say to him, okay, right, keep going, that kind of stuff. And that is what India need, because they keep going, India get a big lead.
And I think that's such a valid point, because temperament plays such a role. Ajinkya Rahane knows this is not his best year in Test cricket. He's averaging in the 20s, but he got over that mental battle yesterday, pushed forward, finally got into those 50s. Now is approaching triple figures. The temperament, the fact that he's vice captain, the fact that he knows as a team man what India need to do today, that will play into this morning session.
Yes, and he played what I did call a test match, all-time test match innings, which still has value in the current game.
It certainly has. And, you know, the thing is that, like you said, he was very unhurried. But this game, he showed better footwork than in Rajkot.
Correct.
To do what Virat is doing, try and play the cover drive, which comes easy to Virat, but the ball is not quite there for the other batsman. But I think Rahane's best aspect about his game is his cool head. He doesn't get ruffled at all, and he's got this ability to think on his feet as well. Because he doesn't play the big shots in Test cricket, people tend to think he doesn't think on his feet. He thinks on his feet, and he's very aware of the fact that India need a big lead. Because as Bish said, India bat 4th. So even if a situation arises where India have to chase, say, 180, 190 on the 4th innings, it's not going to be easy. So clearly you want to chase as little as possible in the 4th innings.
Set it up beautifully. Look, yesterday what we saw between these two teams really was a battle of attrition, wasn't it? And I think the 2 batsmen that come out here are well aware of that. New ball is yet to be taken. What does the game plan need to be, keeping both these batsmen in mind? Let's take a look. Thank you very much for that, Akash. Now, I just had a look at the numbers. Traditionally, day 3 here is good for the spinners. They've taken about 16 wickets on day 3. But how effective will they actually be? Both you gentlemen had a chance to look at the pit. What are the conditions like, Sunny?
Well, I think they're... But that will be end of days play today.
Yeah, for me, first of all, the climactic conditions. I'm not wearing my heart on my shirt. This is actually personal.
When the predictions come out, even before the show is over, that's how we like it here on Nehru Like Cricket Live. Look, on that note, we're going to take a breather. When we come back, we continue to build.
This is why they'll send Jadeja before Ashwin.
And you've already got Pant there, so we can understand what the team management is saying. Just yesterday, I think 27 runs because of misfields. 3 out of 5 opportunities were dropped. I'm sure the Windies team has had a conversation about how you can't let these opportunities go.
Yeah, in a test match where, look, I think they will lift that, and it's a half an hour. Half an hour of good bowling and fielding for the Windies can get them in this game, because as Sunny alluded to earlier, 150, 180 chasing to get on this pitch could be problematic.
It would really be difficult. Now, since Bish has already given us his predictions, let's turn it around, have a little bit of fun, knowing that it's Pant and Rahane. Who's getting to triple figures first? I think that's a given, isn't it?
That's a given. Pant is 10 runs ahead of Rahane, so he's got...
Ajinkya Rahane, mind you, he has not scored a century at home. It's been 12 matches. It would be his 4th Test century at home. But hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves with the numbers here. It all comes down to those two who walk out. And as Bish predicted, that new ball is going to be taken. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for this morning interaction, gentlemen. We've still got so much planned for you along with them. This man, a 5-wicket haul from him, as I mentioned, Darren and Sunny joining me. We've also said hello to you with the entire crowd shouting Gavaskar, Gavaskar, Gavaskar.
Because Gavaskar got it wrong. We were talking about who was going to get the 100, Rishabh Pant or Ajinkya Rahane. Not only did both of them not get 100, India have been dismissed in that one session. This has been really absolutely terrific from the captain, Jason Holder, who's picked up those wickets. So really, really good to see the Windies attack showing that spirit which we've all seen in the past, really wanting to rattle the batsman.
And you actually faced those fiery West Indians. Let's talk about Jason Holder for a second here, because I'm going to bring up a lot of numbers, Darren, that will make everyone really happy. But particularly the lengths that he bowled today, 52% of his dismissals this year in itself has come hitting the stumps.
Yeah,
How impactful this sort of performance really has been.
And the last time that happened, Windies won the test at Mohali when Kenny Benjamin took 5 wickets.
You mentioned Shannon Gabriel. Rishabh Pant will go back knowing that once again, oops, I'm out in the 90s. That's something that he, of course, will have to think for. But we had told you in our show on Game Plan, Akash Chopra, in fact, told you that you've got to pepper him with pace. And that is what did him in, maybe.
Yeah, I think 90.
Talk about Rishabh Pant. No one really says that they'll want to change the way that he approaches. But let's just have a look at that setup. We did say that you've got to pepper him with a pace a little bit. That's done, haven't they? For both the batsmen mentioned 50 plus, scores consecutively. Is it just the introduction of Jason Holder that has changed this camp? I mean, it was an incredible session from the bowlers. You would have had a chat with them. Jason Holder, what an impact really he's had, just in terms of precision, just in terms of the lengths that he's bowled, even to the tail enders. That is something that our commentators were quite impressed with. But when it comes to bowling those precise Yorkers in this format, let's get a masterclass, a Byju's masterclass from Binga. Thank you so much, Binga. Just in terms of precision, what we saw Umesh do yesterday on subcontinental pitches, what Jason Holder has done today, how hard is it to keep hitting those right lengths, hitting those Yorker lengths in this format?
Well, Yorker is one of the hardest deliveries and got Rahane out.
Don't forget, he's already scored a half century in this game. What is it about Jason Holder this year? What has he done differently in terms of the application or just going back to the basics that the past 3 days have been really incredible, in that sense of us enjoying ourselves. Gentlemen, what have you done in the evenings, by the way, in Hyderabad? Have you been up to anything in the evenings?
No, maybe go to the Garba today.
You're going to the Garba today?
Well, I mean, I obviously won't participate in it, but just go and have a look, listen to the music. So maybe something like that. Darren, you want to come to the Garba?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Well, there you are.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, maybe, even though this is traditionally for the women of Hyderabad, the Batukama Festival, have a look at this. In our Paytm money transfer color stories, this is what I did last evening. Since I'm here in Hyderabad, I decided to join in the Batukama Festival. ये एक 9 दिन का त्योहार होता है, एक फूलों का फेस्टिवल, और दशहरा के 2 दिन पहले समाप्त होता है. As you can see, आज मैं अपने आप के लिए एक ट्रेडिशनल हैदराबादी साड़ी खरीदने वाली. Venkatagiri or Garhwal. So let's go take a look. So as you can see, the Batukama festival is full of color, which is why it's a great time to be here. Everyone is shopping for this. Sir, आप क्या दिखाएंगे मुझे या? इतना हल्का है कि मैंने सुना है एक्चुअली अगर आप फोल्ड करोगे तो इट्स सपोज टू फिट इन अ मैच बॉक्स. मतलब फोल्ड करके आप इस पूरी साड़ी को एक मैच बॉक्स में डाल सकते. मुझे नहीं लगता, बट इट इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल. ओह वाओ. तो ये है साड़ी की पल्लू, है ना? that is made out of steel. Very beautiful. That I'm going to get for myself, and just have a look at that pallu, see how beautiful it is. It's a no-brainer. This is the one I'm going to get. Hi, how are you? I want to get this sari, please. इसके लिए मैं Paytm UPI बैंक ट्रांसफर करने वाली हूँ, बैंक टू बैंक ट्रांसफर. तो पूरे देश में त्योहार का मौसम चल रहा है, and we are going to bring you the festive spirit from every city that we visit during the ODI series. तो देखते रहिए Nerula Cricket Live, and I'll see you later. So clearly I'm leaving Hyderabad with full shopping bags.
Good for you. Why not?
Not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Gifts for
Those
everyone.
saris really look very nice.
Very, very
And you had a
beautiful.
tough choice, isn't it?
I
They showed one
know.
and said, oh, that's my color. Then they showed another one. Oh, that's
I
my
know,
color.
but you know what I did? I am a good daughter. I picked mom's favorite color. So that's what I did. But you know what? Every city that we travel to now, even during the ODI series, festive spirit is all over. You would have noticed that, Darren. I mean, every city you go to.
I expected you to be wearing a sari after
Oh,
shopping for
next
so
time,
long.
next time. Watch
Okay.
out for Kanpur. We'll do something interesting in Kanpur, won't we? In Lucknow, sorry. We'll do something interesting. But listen, on that note, we will keep, we'll bring you all the festival spirit from every city that we do travel to. So keep watching our shows just to bring you that fun and color. But we'll take a breather now. When we come back, we'll continue to build up till the next session. Managed to achieve on 2 occasions, and that's not the only 10. Of course, a 10 for Umesh Yadav. He becomes now the third Indian pacer to take 10 wickets in a match at home. 19 years after Javagal Srinath did it, and then Kapil Dev did it first. But gentlemen, really what a day. The day started so differently. You saw such a difference in intent, but this test match too has ended in 3 days.
Now, seriously, if somebody told me that this game it has, it's a bit disappointing.
I have to just pick on that point where you have Jason Holder started the day brilliantly, but then Umesh Yadav, our axe ticket player of the day.
From the desired result, which they expected to win 2-0.
It's a huge boon. I mean, maiden 10 test wicket haul for him, really. But just keeping in mind, he is your go-to bowler at home, and it's not necessarily helpful. And that's why, I mean, you value those results over than those overseas results as well.
Yeah, and
Atmosphere is such an important thing when you're on the top of your game, when you can be ruthless, when you manage to come away in every match that you play and have these sort of numbers and stats that follow you. Of course, that breeds confidence. Let's talk about the Windies for a second here. Jason Holder will walk away from this game. I mean, overall, this year for him in Test cricket has been so exciting. He himself has had an extraordinary game. But from the morning to the evening, what has changed?
See that, me personally. I want to see guys hurt about what has happened here, because then I know they will dig deep.
Right for me to say this, but I'm just relaying what Sunil Gavaskar told me, and that he said the teams that I played, they had a fight within them. Does this team have the fight?
Yeah.
Tell the viewers this. Just imagine this. A few weeks ago, you're getting this cap, you're putting it on your head, and now you're walking away with a man of the series check in your hand. Can you explain to me what's going through you right now?
I mean, I can't express myself right now, but I mean, really happy for myself.
Show him these visuals, why people call Prithvi Shaw Sehwagis. I'll just ask you to direct yourself, because look at some of the congratulations for a fantastic performance. Who's your first call as soon as you get your phone back?
Obviously, Dad.
Obviously, Dad, isn't it? You dedicated that 100 to him as well. Thank you so much for joining us today.
you so much.
Really wish you all the best in
Thank
the
you.
future. Looking forward to more interviews
Thank
with
you so much. Thanks.
Such humility that you've seen from Prithvi Shaw at such a young age, to be a teenager, to have achieved what he has, as you said, thrust into the spotlight at this age. But this is a different generation. They just know how to adapt to these sort of situations.
yeah, and I think you have to credit the A tours, the IPL for all that arrogance. But I think it it is predominantly self-confidence.
I think you have to find the line, and speaking to you, we figure that out. There is a bit of fearlessness that you see, whether it's in a Prithvi Shaw or a Rishabh Pant, that has kind of translated. And maybe that's also translated into the KBD juniors. You will get an opportunity, in fact, to see that tomorrow on our network at 7:30. This is the young generation.